have to operate fully in your authority. But you first have to know what it is. So I've got some tips to help you do it. First tip is you got to give yourself time to reflect. Okay, I understand in business, we want to be doing things. We want to be doing all the things. We want to be showing up and at the events and taking the pictures and doing stuff. But if you don't give yourself time to reflect on what your zone of genius is, what you can do better than anybody else, what your gifts and talents are, if you don't give yourself that time to reflect and think and figure that out, you'll be doing everything and doing nothing. You've got to give yourself time to reflect. Instead of looking outside for validation and instead of looking for somebody else to tell you what your zone of genius is, you have got to be quiet and listen, journal, reflect on your past experiences and figure that out for yourself. Nobody else can come and tell you what you are gifted at. What they should be able to do is confirm what you already know. So think about the last time you had a conversation with somebody or you did something and you walked away and you are like, you know what? I killed that. That might be the thing that you are gifted at doing. Second tip is you got to experiment. I know some of you like to plan and you like to write down things, and that's great. You're supposed to do that. But at some point, you've got to get out of planning mode and you've got to actually take some action. You've got to do something. You've got to try the thing out because that is the only way you are going to know for sure if the plan will actually work. You've got to test it. You've got to experiment. Third tip is you've got to create a growth environment. Some of you are trying to make your plans for world domination and you are operating in a space of clutter, physical clutter, mental clutter, emotional clutter. Your squad is cluttered. All of that is clouding your vision. It's clouding your ability to be able to see your way forward. You've got to create a growth environment. That might mean you might need to organize your physical space. Maybe you need to create a dedicated space from where you will work consistently. Maybe you need to surround yourself with people that are also growing and are also in their own growth journeys. Maybe you need to create some structure in your day. You need to create an environment that is conducive to your growth if you want to operate in your authority. Because if you're not growing, you won't be able to show up and be the subject matter expert in the thing that you do. People won't see you as that because your environment is clutter and overflowing with mess and unnecessariness. So tip 3 is create a growth environment. Tip 4, you need to be a producer. Nobody will believe that you can do what you say you can do if they don't first see you doing what you say you can do. You've got to be a producer. If you said you want to be a paid speaker, then people need to see you speaking somewhere. Even if that's on Facebook Live or Periscope. If you've said you want to get free products and be a social media influencer, then people need to see you doing influencer type things. Maybe with products that you purchase with your own money. You've got to produce in the areas that you want people to see you as the authority in. Because they can't see it if you're not showing it. You have to show up and connect the dots and make it clear, create a clear picture of who you are and why they should stop and listen and pay attention to you. You have got to trust yourself enough and trust in your abilities enough to know that you have authority and then walk in it. Operate in it. Show up and be the thing that you want people to pay you to be. Because they won't pay you if they don't believe it. And the way that you make them believe it is to show up and be it. I want you to commit to the process of discovering what your zone of genius is and then operating fully 100% in your authority.